That was the single biggest possession and missed call of the entire series. Because that's the difference between 2-2 and having a chance to win and being down 3-1 and having a 17% chance.
Great smile, Perk. Wow. Welcome to this edition of Road Trippin. Allie Clifton, Kendrick Perkins, Richard Jefferson, in case you're just becoming a Road Trippin fan. Channing is still recovering from his weekend at Stagecoach, in case you guys didn't know, so he can't make it to today's podcast.
Well, you know,
it's a joke.
We're glad he made it out. We're glad he made it out. Surplus. That's a great shirt for you, Perk. There is a surplus of you. There's a surplus of you. That's actually a great shirt. That's a great shirt.
As he leans forward to take it off the screen.
Do we have any video of Shannon at the
I'm glad you asked. We do.
Yeah,
first of all, I will tell you that right away, first text I got was best festival ever, hands down. Okay. Perk, I put you on Jelly Roll. You need to get hip with Jelly Roll. He sends a message that says, dude, jelly equals great. And then Sunday afternoon, I got a text that said, this summed up the weekend. And this was Channing.
Big X the plug. I didn't know he was gonna beat us. That was afterwards, right? And the fact that
Rich, I don't know what you said about
I'm pissed. I did not know Big X the plug was gonna beat her. And the fact that Shannon's sitting up there rapping like he fucking know the words and he's a fan of Big X pisses me off even more. Fuck.
Do you guys want to hear the construction going on at my house?
It's fine.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like there's a big ass gorilla outside your home ready to barrel it down. Should we dive right in?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, we're going to start with that debate. I need to know your thoughts, your feelings, and your concerns of the debate that's going on right now.
Perk's gonna go first. I'm gonna wait till this ends and then I got it.
No, literally, there's a gorilla sitting on your home. All right, for those of you that may not have heard, because Perk didn't even know until I brought it up this morning, gorilla debate right now. 100 men versus one gorilla. Who wins?
The gorilla is going to win. Here's why. Because out of those 100 men, 5 of those guys are going to lose their lives. So the gorilla wins automatically. Because 5 of those guys you're going to have to sacrifice. The first 5 guys are going to have to take the beating. After that, you're good. But 100 men, I got the 100 men. But 5 of those guys are going to lose their lives, at least.
Only 5?
Only 5. Because the first 5 that just go in attack is over with. It's over with. Only 5. So I got the 100. I'm going with the 100 men, but it's no win in this situation for the actual men because 5 guys at least are going to lose their lives.
Okay. Couple things. One, how bad does that sound?
It's all right. I mean,
it's actually not bad. It's
not that bad. You good.
It's not. I would rather listen to that than you guys eating on the podcast like you used to back in the day. So.
Yeah.
One time. The thing that separates us from the animals is the ability to use tools. Now, you say 100 men with baseball bats, we got a chance. If you talking about 100 men, if you're talking about 100 men with just their bare hands, I'm sorry.
Hang on. You think a baseball bat is going to stop a fucking gorilla? I think you need a little bit more than a baseball.
No. You give 100 men baseball bats and they're fighting.
They're knocking each other out.
If you give 100 men baseball bats and lock them in the cage and the only way they survived was to attack that gorilla, they would have a chance. Bare hands, I'm sorry. That their skin is too tough. You ain't biting through it. What are you going to scratch it? We are limited as human beings. 100 men, that gorilla is going to destroy. We don't like. I'm not here. The thing that has separated us from the animals is the ability to use tools. If we had spears, if we had knives, if we had anything else, but you're talking about bare hands versus an animal that is a primal animal that is used to fighting for its territory and for its life. Come on now.
All you got to do is get to the eyes, Richard. Poking in the eyes of that's it.
Have you seen the fangs on? You gonna get? I'm with you, Perk. I'm with you. Have get a little spider monkey to jump on its back, gouge out its eyes. That's the strategy. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Now at that point in time, you still gotta kill him. You still gotta get close.
You gotta listen.
You
gotta attack the eyes and the ass. You take the eyes and the ass, you got action.
Hey, be careful in the ass. You never know. You might like it. Having said that,
edit.
no, absolutely fucking not. Having said that, Perk, we're going to put you, if you think it's only 5 men that are going to have to sacrifice, you're going to be the 6th guy leading the charge, okay? Because I feel like you've got a great plan. Can I first read you guys this tweet and then we can move on? Givenchy tweeted, give me 3 Baltimore guys, 30 Samoan guys, 12 Chicago guys, 5 NOLA Punks, the 2004 Detroit Pistons, Draymond Green, 2008 LeBron, DeBaby, Solange, 97 Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, 20 NFL men, and some Hennessy, and we're bringing home a Givenchy silverback fur coat.
Oh, they're wrong. Now,
Frank, our editor said, "Is it just the starting 5 Detroit Pistons, or is it the whole team?"
Well, one, Ben Wallace then lost a lot of weight, so that wouldn't work. Okay, but I will say this: give me Steven Adams' entire family, and you might have a chance. Steven Adams,
give me Jokic's entire family.
No. Have you seen Steven? Hold on. Before we move on, have you seen Steven?
Yes, I have. I was more talking about just brothers.
Have you, Allie?
Mm-mm.
He has 17 brothers and sisters, right? And
he's got
they all look like him. I mean, one of his sisters, okay, is like, she's like fucking 1 gold medalist and shit and shot put. Look.
Oh, I did see her. You're right.
Are you fucking kidding me? What a camera. Look at it.
Yeah. You gotta clean your screen. Yeah. But Perk. I'm not disputing that. Let's just get into hypothetical. What I'm saying is, if you have no weapons, no tools, you got 100 men. Okay, that's fair. I like the start. I think 100 men win. Perk means a great eye. What I'm just saying is that there will be a significant loss of life.
Yeah.
Just make sure, just like any war, just like any battle, there will be a significant loss of life. The better strategy you have, the better chance you got. Because all I see, Perk, to your point, we got to get to the eyes. What I see is a huddle of like, all right, who the fuck is going to do it? This is our only plan. Our only our only chance is to get that to blind the gorilla to keep moving. But if you're just talking about waves of 100 men with no strategy, man, that gorilla is going to be picking people off like Bruce Lee.
Well, what we need to do after you know what I'm saying, hold on, listen. What we need to do is we need to Google the strategy of taking down a gorilla.
I'll do that while you guys talk about the NBA.
Yeah.
I'll get right on that. I will say, go follow Gorilla Tweet right now, or Twitter right now, because it is hilarious. I loved his, whoever's running it. One of his tweets said, because we let their homeboy Tarzan roll with us. They think we're cool. It's fun. All right, let's dive into the NBA. Let's start with Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets going down 3-1, and there's been some chatter. You put it on the text chain, I believe, or no, Channing did.
About Eason's mom? Is that
mom? Yes.
Is that confirmed to be his mom? And then I'll say my opinion, and then I'll let Perk go.
It appears, yes.
If it is, I want somebody to show me one example of a mom, dad, wife, sibling, anybody entering into the public discourse and having it end up well. I think parents, especially first and foremost, should stay out of it. Then I think, in my opinion, and this is out of respect because he's a part of a team. So once you separate yourself out and start speaking in that space, you're pulling away from the team. That's my opinion. And then I think, again, my opinion is significant others in any sport, whether it's a individual supporting their wife in the WNBA, an individual supporting their husband in the NBA. I think significant unders, because you are emotionally engaged in this, you should always take a step back from the public discourse. That is never a positive thing. And only because I'm only saying this off of forever. It's forever never been a positive thing. So we have no examples of it turning positive.
I will say what he is obviously referencing. I believe it is hers. If not, obviously, we take that into account. Hater Central posted that Tari Eason in game 4, 17 minutes, 3 points, 0 field goals, 2 turnovers. Mama can't save you was the tweet that was responded to. He'd not only start on the Warriors, but he'd be their second best player, averaging 30 minutes. You unathletic MFers better pick on your own moms. Tell them to bring your pizza rolls and a drink downstairs. You look thirsty. You talk about hoop. I birthed the hooper. It's actually a good line.
I'm not disputing the bars. And whoever said your mama can't save you, I don't know who brought mamas into this, so I have no problem with mama chirping back.
Right.
But also, mama, this is one of those moments. Like, you are correct in the space of you did birth a hooper. Your son's got game. But entering into this discourse has never been good. And you could be right and still not need to be in that space.
Well, you're right, but let me give you a little background on her, okay? Now, very, very close friends with them. My middle son and Tari Eason, little brother, is in the same age. They go to the same school. He actually comes over here. He spend nights. So they're very close. We're very close with them. And she is about all the smoke. She's running up that damn chimney. Very tight-knit family. Is him, is her, Tari, little brother, little sister, and they rock. She be like that at the middle school games. Damn it, she be like that at the Rockets game. And the crazy thing is she understands the game of basketball because she actually played the game of basketball. And I'm telling you straight up, is no front. This is not let me get behind. No. This is what she wants. She wants all the smoke. She wants all the smoke. But I'm with you on that, RJ, is that this is the thing also, right? It's like the whole Houston Rockets, their entire team outside of maybe Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, and, Jeff Green's not playing, but the others, this is what experience kick in, right? Like, this is when experience kick in off the floor as well, right? Like, it should be talked about. It's like, hey, listen, we got to stay even keel. It's a lot of highs. It's a lot of lows. We saw the young man, Jalen Green. What did he do before the postseason? He said, I'm out. I'm off of social media, right? Wise decision. I'm going to lock into the playoffs. Now, the postseason is not going his way, right? I understand that, right? Like, we could dive into it.
We can dive into it because we could dive into it real quick, but it's like fucking Michael Jordan lost in the first round. So we want to sit here and shit on a 19-year-old, or not, he's not 19, but like a 21-year-old first time in the postseason going against Steph Curry. You're like, this, and that's where you get off social media, because you got these 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 45-year-olds that ain't never done shit want to criticize a kid for the first time in the postseason. Michael Jordan's my GOAT. Well, Michael Jordan was getting swept in the first fucking round, multiple years, not winning games. And we want to sit here with this. That's why it's like, oh, he had a bad postseason first time. Okay, well, run it back. Ball up top. Run it back next year.
Did you hear what Şengün said last night? He was like, after he missed the shot, he was like, I'll get more opportunities in the near future. Like, It was a learn. I thought he could have took up more space. I thought he could have took his time. He rushed it. Obviously, he's never been in that moment. And that's what I was telling people, like, yes, a young team, you could feed off the crowd when you're at home. When you get on the road, it's a different fucking animal. It's you against the world. The pressure is on. Like you're getting into your own thoughts. But again, it's like when the Rockets do lose this series, because I believe this series is over, a successful season by far for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
like,
and experience. You got to play against Steph and Draymond and Jimmy Butler in the first round. The value of that experience. I was on the team when the Warriors lost in the second round. You know how they followed it up? The next year, they lost in 7 to the Clippers before they went on this run. Steph Curry lost in the first round in 7 to Chris Paul and the Clippers. Mark Jackson. Go ahead.
And Allie Richard, the Rockets are making the Warriors fucking dig deep.
Yeah. Well, they don't got a number one. Well, apparently the Warriors got 2 number 1s, and they fighting for their lives against this team. They fight for their lives. They don't. The Rockets don't have a Cade Cunningham. The Rockets don't have, in my opinion, a Tyrese Halliburton, a true number 1 that can lead your franchise. They out here a bunch of high-level competitive players battling. That's the case. The Warriors got a first ballot Hall of Famer in Steph, who's one of the greats of all time, and those boys are fighting for their lives against this Houston Rockets team.
But let's not act like Golden State's the team of the past, right? Like they just
But I'm saying with their record with Jimmy Butler, because we can toss out your first 50 games and say their record with Jimmy Butler, they're a top 7 team in the league.
Right, they're 6.
But I'm saying they're at top 6. They have the top 6 record since then. So now you're looking at the Warriors, like the Rockets. That's their team. They're the 2 seed. But if Jimmy Butler had been hypothetically on the Warriors all season long, they're probably a 2 or 3 seed. So that's what I'm saying. The Warriors are probably a 2 or 3 seed if they had Jimmy Butler all season. In the short sample size that they've had, they boosted all the way up to be able to get to where they are because they were a 500 team without him. So that's the only thing I'm saying is no different than the Lakers playing against Minnesota. Look at how Minnesota has played. They're what are they 17-3 in their last 20 games, and they finally got healthy. So are they really a 6 seed from a talent standpoint? Or are they probably closer to a 3 or 4 seed when healthy and playing this type of basketball? If we're just giving that reference point, that's all.
Okay.
My bad.
No, you got it, Perk.
No, I think here's another thing about Golden State. Let me say this. I thought the Rockets lost the series when they lost game 1. When they lost game 1, like if you're a young team, you have to keep home court advantage. I think they shot like 4 for 29. Yes, they bounced back and got game 2, but the first thing that came to mind was that you're going on the road and the Warriors, the role players are going to play better at home. Steph went off in game 3. He had like 36. I get that. But Buddy Hield, fucking Gary Payton II with the 16 and 17 off the bench. And then all of a sudden, that damn Podziemski. We could talk about Jimmy. Jimmy was huge. But Podziemski on both ends of the floor, he was that fucking dog for them. Buddy Hield hit some timely shots. Now, I want to see how the Rockets regroup. Like, I want to see how they bounce back of the even kill. Like, all right, quick turnaround. What's happening? Tomorrow, y'all back in the place. The Toyota Center is going to be rocking. I'm thinking about going to the game. I really am. I'm thinking about going to the game. You know what I mean? Because I think it's going to be fired up in there. But I just, like, the Rockets had a successful season. They're going to get bounced, whether it's 5 or 6, but kudos to them. They had a successful.
They had a successful season and they build on it. And that's why I think sometimes the public discourse and people choking and Jalen Green is trash. It's like these same people would have been tweeting Michael Jordan was trash his rookie year. They would have been tweeting that Michael Jordan couldn't win a championship until he did it in his 6th or 7th year. So my point is that we have enough wealth of basketball knowledge here to not overreact to a young player he's the number one scorer on the number 2 seed. It's his first time in the postseason, and he's 22. What are we talking about here? He's supposed to go through this. Steph had to go through this. Bron had to go through this. And I'm not saying he's in that class, but if those guys had to go through it, Michael Jordan, if those guys had to go through it, why would we not think a young, growing team like this? Same with you look at the mistakes that the Detroit Pistons make, right? In sometimes in games, and you see their youth and their first experience. You see that stuff. So that's my thing is be patient, allow these young boys to grow. We don't need to shit on them before we allow them to ascend.
Hold on, let me stop you there. It's not no allow them to grow. I'm telling you this right now. That shit is out the window.
No,
No. I'm giving Jalen Green a pass because this is his first playoff. But make no mistake about it, RJ. His ass is on the chopping block when it comes to them with Kevin Durant. I'm telling you this is something I know for a fact. It is mutual interest there, okay? So when you talk about the guys on the Rockets, yes, Şengün should be untouchable. The sky's the limit. But when you look at Jalen Green, when you look at Jabari Smith, when you look at a Cam Whitmore and the picks and what they got going,
Jalen Green should be untouchable. And this is what I'm saying. If he is progressing like it looks like, whether they like him, his work ethic, his energy, who he is as a human being, I don't know those things. But I'm saying from a talent standpoint, it is harder to find a Jalen Green than it is with respect to find Thompson. Like Şengün, yes, it's hard to find a guy. To me, I would say this. If I looked at the chopping block, I would say Jalen Green and Şengün are untouchable. Everyone else, we can have a pick. Now, you know more than I do. I'm just saying those are harder players to find. A guy that can average 18, 19 points versus an all-defensive player that might struggle offensively.
Well, last point on this. Think about this for a second. Jalen Green, on his contract extension, he didn't get 3 years. He didn't get 4 years. The Rockets gave him 2 years, meaning that they don't really have faith. The faith and trust in him like that. So when you look at this series alone, if you replace Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green, and you have a Kevin Durant on this team that is playing the way that they're playing with Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, this team beating Golden State now.
I don't think they lose the game without Jimmy Butler. I don't think Houston would lose that game when Jimmy Butler didn't play. That's when I thought the series was, you got to get this one game without Jimmy Butler because he's most likely going to be back in game 4. When they lost that game and started off, I feel like they started off strong. Didn't they start off strong?
I thought you were going to reference last night's 13-2.
No, the game before that, they started off strong. And then to me, when they lose that game and still allow for Steph to go for 36 without Jimmy Butler, that's when the series was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about Steph Curry? He only had 2 of 8 from deep, only had 17 points. But by God, you would have, motherfucker, every single time. He hits the time. Oh, it's like, God.
He's different. Anytime he shoots it, you're just like, oh.
And guess what, y'all? The scary part about it is this. He won't see another defense like this for the rest of the postseason. And except if he get to the Western Conference Finals. I'm saying next round, they don't have whoever he plays in the next round, whether it's Minnesota, which looks like Minnesota, they don't have Anthony Edwards and McDaniels are really, really good defensively, RJ. But I'm sorry, bro. They're not Amen Thompson.
Perk, I only muted it. Let me say that. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. But we're talking about Dante DiVincenzo. We're talking about Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We're talking about McDaniels. We're talking about Anthony Edwards, and you're talking about Rudy Gobert back there. Defensively, I would say Minnesota, especially the way they're playing now, are as good, if not better, and have the exact very similar personnel. Like, Amen is great, but like, if you're gonna tell me Jaden McDaniels, like, he's that much better than Jaden McDaniels defensively, and the people around Jaden McDaniels are better than what Amen has around him. So when you're a great defender and you got good defenders around you, that makes you even better of a defender.
Okay.
They went 3-1 in the regular season versus them. The Warriors.
They're what?
The Warriors went 3-1 versus Minnesota in the regular season.
This ain't the same Minnesota. This ain't the same Minnesota. Now, it's not the same Warriors, but this Minnesota is not the same Minnesota team, and we know that. When were those three wins?
I don't know.
I think they had one late that I thought that Minnesota tricked off. But when were the first two?
Oh, here it is. January 15th, December 21st, December 8th, December 6th.
This ain't the same Minnesota team, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't your daddy's Minnesota team. I'm not saying that the Warriors can't win, won't win, and I know that's not the same Warriors team either, but I'm just saying defensively, this team is playing special defensive basketball.
They were all close, too.
Oh.
1 point win for the Warriors, 10-point win, 8-point win, and then a 17-point loss for the Warriors.
But the Warriors also didn't have Jimmy Butler, so they're a very different team also.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go. There's nothing greater than when you look at the schedule for tonight's games. On a freaking Tuesday, there's 4 playoff games tonight. 4 game 5s.
Let's go.
Milwaukee, Indiana, Detroit, New York, Orlando, Boston, and then Clippers, Denver, the nightcap. I do want to start with Detroit and New York. First time we're all chatting since that no call.
Go ahead, Richard.
I feel like you two.
I have some construction.
We're not aligned.
I have some construction going on. I'm gonna allow you to go first so that we can protect the audio. I apologize to our listeners at home. I want
gorilla is sitting on top of
I want to hear your take on the final play or on the final quarter, and then I will give you mine.
Okay. Was it a foul? Yes. It was a foul. Did it cost them the game? No, it didn't. A wise man told me never leave the game in the officials' hands, meaning you decide the outcome of the game. The Pistons had so many opportunities to decide the outcome of that basketball game in Little Caesars Arena. Cade Cunningham, not knocking them, young player, had a triple-double, 2 crucial turnovers, right? 2 crucial turnovers. Here's another thing. You go on the other side of the floor. Granted, Karl Anthony Towns, 2 tough baskets in down the stretch. That step back 3, that fade away with the little shimmy over the glass. But in that 4th quarter, when Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns were taking off, and I love JB. JB is one of my favorite guys to be around. Great coach. He has done an outstanding job. They got trapped 6% of the fucking time. You know that the ball is going to big body Brunson. How are you not sending a double team? You know that the ball is going to Karl Anthony Towns. How are you not sending a double team? Make someone else beat you. Now, getting back to the 2-minute report. I still haven't seen it. I heard it came out yesterday. I just haven't seen it because it's a lot of things that come.
Then Google it. Then Google it.
I will fucking Google it.
Allie, pull it up.
I got you. I'm gonna pull it up.
Pull up the 2-minute report for us, Allie, because here's the thing that I want to know. Obviously, they hurry up and came out with that. That was a foul on Josh Hart. I want to know, did Josh Hart get fouled when it was down there for the offensive rebound? Was that in the 2-minute report? I also want to know, that was Tobias Harris inbounds when he got the offensive rebound and kicked the pass to Tim Hardaway Jr.? Because if so, then I don't want to hear a damn thing, right? Because it was a misfoul if that was the case for Josh Hart, and the play shouldn't continue if Tobias Harris was out of bounds on that once he kicked it out to Tim Hardaway Jr. I haven't seen it yet, but Allie is pulling it up. I hope it's leaning in my direction. I hope she be very, very honest and transparent about this because I don't want to look crazy. But again, no call.
Dear God.
What?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There's like 8 in the last 2 minutes.
Okay. Here's the truth teller. Let's go.
Okay. At time 2:09 to 1:53, you had a couple questions, right? There was an offensive foul. Hardaway Jr. establishes himself in a screening position on Bridges' path and does not deliver contact.
I saw that. K got down here, I believe, and dunked it, if I'm not mistaken.
1:53 to 1:31. Duren maintains a legal guarding position during Towns' drive to the basket and shot attempt. I don't know if you know that.
So that means
131.
That shouldn't have been a foul. That shouldn't have been a foul. He's saying
shouldn't have been a foul.
Shouldn't have been a foul. And Karl Anthony Towns got a call. Got free throws.
No, he didn't go to the line. He didn't go.
But they called a foul. But they called a foul. Okay. 120 or 131 to 107. Anunoby and Schroeder briefly engage and disengage on the perimeter. As they separate, Schroeder inadvertently steps on Brunson's foot and the contact is incidental. So when Brunson, when he got the steal, it was incidental.
107 to 46 second mark. Duren, whoa, there's a lot here. Duren places a hand to Towns front after being drawn toward him during the pump fake, but the contact does not affect Towns' SQBR.
I don't know.
Towns places his off arm against Duren and releases away as he steps back. Duren legally contests Towns' jump shot attempt.
Okay,
there's that one. This one, 46 to 37. Hart reaches in and makes contact with the ball, an incidental contact with Cunningham's hand on the ball that causes the ball to become loose. Cunningham is the last player to touch the ball before it goes out of bounds. New York is awarded possession. 37 seconds. Holy shit. These are the last 2. Do you need something on that?
No, I was going to say, so what does that say? They said there was an incidental contact. So are they just addressing it? They're not saying something should have been switched or changed. They're saying he is the last person to touch the ball. But okay, continue.
Yeah, because Bickerstaff was going crazy.
Yeah. Okay, here are the last 2. The 37-second mark to 15 seconds. It was a personal foul call. Schroeder briefly places both hands on Brunson's body, but the contact does not affect his SQBR. Positioning, maybe?
Yeah, it's probably something something going towards the basket or something. Yeah.
So then out of bounds, Schroeder reaches in and makes the clean contact with the ball to deflect it away from Brunson. Schroeder is the last player to touch the ball before it goes out of bounds. New York retains possession. Schroeder rests an arm against Brunson, his body during the release of his layup attempt, and the contact is marginal.
That was the floater that he missed, I believe.
Yeah, marginal. Marginal.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and this is the last possession. From 15.4 seconds to 0.4 on the clock. Towns commits a foul. Towns commits a take foul on Cunningham. Anunoby legally contests Cunningham's jump shot attempt. Harris and Hart briefly engage and disengage during the rebound. Hart makes body contact to Hardaway Jr. during his shooting motion that is more than marginal.
And a foul should have been called is how that sentence finished.
Yeah.
This one I'm saying, Perk, I'm aligned.
Hold on, so really.
So what?
Oh, he froze. Good. I'm sorry.
Shut up. So real quick, this is what I'm saying. If you go back, I wonder what the 48-minute report looks like because the game was that damn.
I gotta check the series report. What is the history between the Knicks and the Pistons? Your shit is glitching.
What happened in '94 versus the Pistons and the Knicks?
Knicks in 1994 when the Pistons played the Knicks. I want to go look at, if you look at fouls calls over the course of the NBA history.
No.
Wait. I let you talk.
I didn't get a chance. My internet went out, bro. All right, go ahead.
Let Ali read the 48-minute report.
Go ahead.
Let me say what I gotta say. This is what I gotta say. Perk, this is what I gotta say. I feel like there's two different conversations here that we're trying to mix into one. Was it a physical game? Had they been letting stuff go? Yes. We're okay. Me and you, we like physical basketball. We're okay with that. There's no issue. There's a difference between, did they have their opportunities? Could they have a turnover? Yes. So if we're breaking down the entire game, we will stand up here. It never comes down to one play. Never comes down to one play because they had their chances. That being said, the most crucial play of the game was a missed call that was undoubtedly, without any sort of gray area review, was a blown call 2 feet in front of the referee. Right? Now, we know this as a trained referee professional. Referees look down. They look down. Give me a one shot. I rarely ask for a one shot. I rarely ask for one shot, but I'm gonna put y'all on game to let y'all know how officials can miss things, right? Because it's not a perfect situation. Referees are trained to look down at the feet to make sure that it's a 3-point shot. When they realize that a player's feet are behind the 3, they raise their hand. That means it's 3-point attempt. Now, after they look down at the 3, they look up at the wrist, hand. This is where most of the contact occurs. Right now, they can see if a player's body, but this is where their eyes go. So they go feet, then they go eyes. After the ball is released, they realize that there's not a foul. The ball's released. Then the referees go back down to feet to make sure that they're not landing on someone's ankles, feet. That's where you get into the flagrants. That's where they can look. So they go feet, arm, feet. So that means that they could be in a position where they're not seeing contact through this portion of the body. They're not seeing contact through this portion. And players are always going to flail. Players are always going to do that. They're going to kick out their legs. So if you look at where the referee was, he was directly to the other side. So when Josh Hart could have looked like it was a flyby, could have looked like there was contact, right? But we know there was a tremendous amount of contact, but that's how the referees can be in a position to miss that. And that does not make an excuse. That say how they could be in a position. That being said, that was the single biggest possession and missed call of the entire series. Of these series. That's the difference between 2-2 and having a chance to win and having the series be a 50-50 series and being down 3-1 and having a 17% chance. You give me 50% at the lottery, I'll take it. You give me 17% at the lottery, probably still take it, but I know my chances are a lot slimmer. So that's what happened to the Knicks, and understandably. I'm not talking about all the fighting and happened, I'm not talking about tussle. I'm talking about when Perk and I take me out this fucking one shot. Perk, when you and I are in a playoff game, if you tell me we got the ball with 5 seconds to go, I don't give a fuck what happened. We got the ball with 5 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go at home, and we're down by 1. I'll take it. I don't care what else happened, who's been injured, the foul trouble, the missed shots. Give me that chance. Everything else, the 47 and a half minutes are behind me. I got the ball down by 1.
And your best.
Give me.
And Richard, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you on none of that. I said it was a foul. By the way, excellent breakdown. I see right through you at times. And I watch you, you don't even know it in a good way. Like, people thought it was a joke in the game and you was just trying to be funny when you actually, went and studied and actually was hold on, listen to me. When you actually, this is a compliment. Pick your damn head up. Pick your fucking head up. This is a compliment. When you went and did the officiating, people thought, Richard you actually went and learned to put yourself in position to actually understand everything about the game. So you just taught me something. I don't know about Allie, but the whole officials trained to look down, like you really just taught me something on that one. I will say this. Cade Cunningham had a clean look. Period.
Clean.
Okay.
Pretty.
This is why I don't have sympathy for the no foul, for the no call on the
We're different.
play.
We're different.
Because
I've seen you get kicked out of your kids' game. I've seen you get kicked out of your kids' game, right? Because officiating. So the fact that you're like, I don't have no sympathy.
And I
imagine you weren't telling your kids, you know what? You turned the ball over there. It had nothing to do with that play. And that you was cussing out some official.
I was. And let me say this. NBA Finals 2000. When did the Miami Heat Braun win their first championship against us?
10 or
12. We are playing game 2. Okay? Kevin Durant is driving baseline. LeBron James swipes right in front of the officials. Whoa! Right across his damn arm. Blatant foul. Blatant foul. No foul call. Whatever. It's part of it. Guess what? You got to move on. Don't leave the game in the officials' hands. I just thought Tim Hardaway Jr. and I feel like this. If I was an official in the way that the game had been called, hold on, this shit is crazy. Listen, if I was an official in the way that the game was getting called, physical, non-calls, I see Tim Hardaway Jr. with a double pump, 3-point shot, desperate shot. Hey man, I'm falling back. I'm
not disputing, and the same reason why I gave that explanation is by zero. It's not excuses. Detroit had their chances. You're 100% correct. The game might have, should have, not have had a whatever. Like Karl Anthony Towns, you talk about double teaming. He hit a shot fading away in one of the most difficult, crucial shots. Duran is guarding the shit out of him, right? So unless you're and now he's doing step backs. If you're a coach and you're defensively forcing people into those shots, you have to live with that result. It's the same thing. And look, Steph Curry's gonna hit some shots. We can't allow it to affect our overall defense. I agree. Maybe they should mix in to get the ball out of those guys' hands. But the same way it's tough to double team. It's tough to double team Steph because he has Jimmy Butler. Or it was tough to double team Steph because he had Clay and KD. It's tough to double team Jalen Brunson when you got Karl Anthony Towns out there.
I'm with you. No, I'm with you. But it was just the Brunson part of it. I can understand you not being able to double Cat.
Yeah, I'm not letting him beat me in the court. I'm not letting him. He does it too much.
And those 2 shots Cat hit, you got to live with that. Like that fucking step back 3 that he hit, like I was like, what the fuck? But Brunson clearing out a side, like that literally cleared out a side, and you got somebody isolate. He won clutch player of the year. JB, I love you. For real, I fucks with JB from period, as a human being and a coach. You have to go get the ball out of his hand.
Okay, wait, but okay, fair. If they would have called that foul, which was the right call, and it was a clear call, and it was like an obvious call, like the NBA, they were like, we fucked up, like this was a mistake. If he goes up there and knocks down 2 of those 3 free throws and wins the game, we're not criticizing and we're not saying that the Detroit Pistons got bailed out. We're not saying they got bailed out. They won the game, rightfully so. But because they lose that game, we're saying, here are all the mistakes you made that put you in that position. That's the win-loss shift.
But how about saying, here's some of the things that we could actually clean up going into game 5?
I agree. Like
once I saw Jalen Brunson, it's something about Jalen Brunson in that damn ankle turn, and when he goes to the locker room and come back from out of that tunnel, that it should raise your attendance to say, fuck that. I don't know. Whatever he's going back in that tunnel and getting or doing, he's not about to come back on the floor and put on the damn performance on me. Motherfucker, you're getting trapped.
I know. All right. That's
so. All right. Let's go from 1 2-minute report that had 9,000 things to discuss over the final 2 minutes to the next 2-minute report that only had 1 marking on it.
What's that?
Came down to the end of the game, putting someone on the free throw line. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Los Angeles Lakers. The only thing on the 2-minute report was the foul on Jaden McDaniels and Luka Doncic.
How much time was left? And what was the score?
33 seconds. McDaniel steps forward into Doncic, his path, initiating illegal foot contact that causes him to lose his balance. Would have put him at the line to shoot 2, and I believe he makes both. They take a lead. They were down 1, if I'm not mistaken. To educate us, like Perk said, Rich, where the hell does this sky cam come from? I have not. What?
No, look, that call to me
was right in front of you.
That call, it was right in front of me. That call is a harder call to make, in my opinion, than the referee, the missed 3-point shot. Because there is physicality. So if you're bodying somebody and you're in legal defensive space, the referees aren't looking at feet. They're trying to look at all. So if all of a sudden they're seeing to make sure someone's in the legal guarding position and you trip on the feet and they don't see the trip, they're assuming that you're just getting pressured and you're fucking fumbling, which is understandable. It happens all the time. So that's a tough one.
No, it is a tough one, and it's tough, and this is where you got to walk a fine line of, like, you don't ever want to take away from Luka and his craftiness, right? Like, one thing he's really great at is, like, you pressure up on him, he could sell calls, like, the throwing of the head, snapping of the head back or whatever. I'm not saying that's the case, but at the end of the day, look, Jay McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, if they're like. They've been picking those guys up full court or meeting them at the half-court line every single game of this series. It's been that damn physical. That's what it's been. That's been part of it. I just don't think that was the real deciding factor of the game.
No.
By the way, I just don't feel that way. No, we diving into the Lakers.
Then take this into the game. What's your real feelings, Perk, about the game?
My real feelings? My real feelings.
You can take me out of this one.
my real feelings is that JJ fucked up. JJ has done an outstanding job, but JJ, Scott Brooks, Nate McMillan, they fucked up. Is no way in hell that you have your 40-year-old play 24 straight minutes. Everybody like, oh, Braun disappeared in the fourth. He only had 2 points. No, he was fucking tired. Great story. Let me tell you something. Real talk. 2015, we're playing the Golden State Warriors in the finals. Fucking Matthew Dellavedova laying it all out on the line. Kyrie got injured. All of this, right? Getting the back. Rich Paul giving it to Braun ass, talking shit to him. Motherfucker, your ass got to go harder. Motherfucker, you tripping. Now, Braun just fucking went out there, put up Braun-type numbers. You know what Braun said? Motherfucker, shut the fuck up. I was fucking tired. Like, I was tired. Right then, it was like, yeah, bro, like, hey, I'm human. You're asking me, one, to somewhat play the center position. So if somebody never played in the paint in the NBA, I don't know if you know, but it's like almost being an offensive lineman, right? Like an offensive lineman when it comes down to the battling for positioning and rebound, even if you don't get the rebound. So Braun is battling against Rudy, fucking Julius Randle, Nas Reed. He started off the game going Jaden McDaniels, right? Because somebody needed to shut the water off. So Braun like, oh, I'll go get him, right? And then all of a sudden, I'll take Julius Randle, who's attacking downhill with his damn shoulder and my damn chin and neck and everything. Oh, by the way, I'll take a fucking elbow to the back of my fucking head by Rudy. I'll do everything you want defensively. Okay, we have Austin Reeves. We have Luka. Man, listen, I am exhausted, and rightfully so. I'm looking at JJ, and I'm like, you go up 10. right? When you go up 10, some type of way you should be able to stagger those minutes between Braun and Luka, right? And even if you don't go with Jackson Hayes, at least go with Jared Vanderbilt. All you asking him to do is just to defend, right? Give him a shot. Gabe Vincent, all you asking him to do is hold a corner and pray that he's able to go 1 for 2 in case the ball gets swung his way, which he's capable of doing because he did it for the Miami Heat. And now all of a sudden you're giving a blow. The last thing JJ didn't do, Coach Finch was doing it. Anthony Edwards played the whole 24 minutes. He's fucking 23 years old. He's built different, right? I felt like I'm watching, the mentality of Kobe and Jordan all over again when I watched this young man. Did we not watch Coach Finch sub offense for defense at times? I saw Rudy come in for defensive purposes. I saw Rudy go out. All of a sudden, he come in with Naz Reid. I thought JJ got caught up in that lineup solely based on what he could do offensively. And it put too much pressure on Braun defensively, which wore him out. So now in the fourth, when you need him, it's hard. That's just what I felt about it.
Perk, I agree. Is it really bad to sound all fucked up? It is.
No, you good, bro. No, you good.
No, Allie laughing.
You're fine. You're fine.
It drives me nuts.
We all know what's going on. You're fine.
It just sounds like two people in your Knicks room having sex or some shit.
If that's what two people having sex sound like, Perk, Jesus.
Okay. No, I agree. It's not the fact that Braun and Luka played the whole second half, is that he played the whole starting lineup. You mentioned you go up 10. I think they went up 10. Perk, do you know the minute they went up 10, what happened? Minnesota went on a 9-0 run. It was like those teams were making runs back and forth. So it was like even when they went up 10, that 10 lasted about 90 seconds. So you didn't even have a moment to be like, okay, we have a little cushion. Let me get the guys a break. Because all of a sudden they're on a 9-0 run when you go up 10 and you start looking to yourself like, oh, wait, now if I take out one of these guys, now that 9-0 run can be a 15-2 run and we're down 4 instead of up 1. So I understand that, and I think that's learning experience, that's growth that every player and coach makes. I understand why JJ did what he did. And again, they were 1-2 shots away. Maybe they were a last two minute report foul call away from getting free throws. Maybe they're not a sky cam away from them taking the ball and giving it back to the Lakers. So they had multiple plays not go their way, but then we want to focus on the result. Like, I get it. I think it can be, both things can be true. Maybe he should have found a way, but I understand why he did do that. And if they don't have some things not go their way, foul call, review, loss of a timeout, all of these things happened in that last 2 minutes that ultimately affected the game.
But see, that's the point. When you brought up how that 10-point lead was erased, that's my thing of saying is, what if you have Jared Vanderbilt in there, some fresh legs that took away 4 or 5 of those points, right? That had an impact, on those possessions. That's all I'm saying. Like, you could never, I can't look down at that, like at the box score. And when you look at the box score, when did they play on Saturday? Sunday, right? And I'm looking at the depth and I'm like, now all of a sudden you don't have depth. Like, not all of a sudden Gabe Vincent is not valuable. All of a sudden Jared Vanderbilt, you can't find. That's when I thought JJ was solely basing what he was doing solely on offense. Because if he had any type of mindset of, let me get Vando in here and do something. Because obviously whatever the fuck he thought was going on, he had no one on the floor to stop the fucking best player on the floor in Anthony Edwards. He was the one so at some point you got to say, hold on, what the fuck? The trap ain't working. What else do I need to do? I'm just asking.
Look, and you're not the only one because it's the first time it's ever happened in NBA history. The coach has rode with a same starting 5 group for an entire half. Do you see the Lakers having a chance?
Yes.
Their final 3 being in LA. Game 5 and Game 7 in LA. I will say there were only 2 series that had at least 2 days between on 3 or more occasions, and the Lakers are in the midst of their final 2-day rest in between games. 5, 6, 7 will be every other day. It starts on Wednesday.
I think the Lakers get game 5. I give them a 5% chance of actually winning the series. I never put anything past Braun, but they win game 5. I just feel like it's nowhere in hell they go into Minnesota and get game 6. And solely because that motherfucker on the other end scares the shit out of me. And he should scare the shit out of the Lakers. And I'm talking about Anthony Edwards. He is just a bona fide killer when it comes to that. And he understands the moment. By the way, do you realize what he's on the verge of doing? And I know it's not winning the championship, but sending KD home, sending Jokic home, sending Braun and Luka home, Steph maybe in the second round. Like, this motherfucker is almost like a legend killer. You know what I mean? When it comes, like, what, Richard? What?
Look, he's doing an outstanding job. He's doing an outstanding job. He's beaten a 38-year-old Kevin Durant. He's looks like he's on the verge of beating a 40-year-old LeBron.
Oh, wait, go do this.
No. Because this is what thing.
37-year-old Steph.
37-year-old. Wait a second. And I don't say it to diminish it, but sometimes these conversations in history can lose context. It's like, who's the only person to, under 25 to beat KD in a series, LeBron in a series, and Steph? And you're like, bro, both of these teams, Kevin Durant's team is trash. Lakers team, they're still figuring it out. And the Warriors were a 500 team 2 months ago before they traded for Jimmy Butler. Let's not make it seem like he's taking down prime LeBron, prime Steph, and prime KD. Now, they're all still great players. They're still all NBA. They're still great players, but they are not in their prime. I don't even know if they're in if we're talking about 3 stages, I think all 3 of them are in the least stage of their career. Minus their 3 years where they were figuring it out. If we broke their careers down in stages of dominance and their physical capability, I would say Kevin Durant is in the final 25%. Steph is in the final 25%, as is Braun. I'm not taking away from Anthony Edwards, but let's add some context down about legend killer.
Okay, well, you can add that. I'm going to stick with what I'm sticking with. Damn it, Braun averaging 30 plus. Motherfucker, he's still in his prime. I don't give a shit if he was 50. He's still putting in the work as if he was in his prime. But look, let me say this. It's really unfortunate. If the Lakers lose this series, it's a failed season. Here's why. It's a failure. Fix your body language.
I'm just stretching.
I think when it comes down to maximizing, like, the window of LeBron James, and that's to go and compete and try to win a championship, the Lakers were set up perfectly in this postseason. Like, I picked them to win this series, but think about the path, right? Like, yeah, OKC.
That's probably why they're losing right now.
Well, probably so. I've been known to jinx a couple of things. Here's the thing, right? Think about this. Do like the Lakers against Oklahoma City, I would give the slight edge to OKC 7 games, right? But I still think the Lakers could beat Oklahoma City.
No, that's because you believe in Braun. You believe in Braun's IQ. You believe in his approach. You've seen it for 25 years,
right?
But it's not. But we have to still, like, again, it's contextually, it's the context, bro. I'm sorry, Warriors. You obviously you would give OKC a slight edge over the Lakers. OKC's a better version of Minnesota.
No.
Yes,
I don't. Listen, all I know is this, right? I know this for a fact. I know that at the end of the season, the Lakers wouldn't improve something on a Sunday afternoon. A smacking. I saw it. Now,
we're going to smack right to the next series.
All right, go ahead, Al.
Because we're almost approaching an hour. Denver.
An hour.
What'd you say?
It's been an entertaining hour.
Kudos to you, surplus. I want to know, quick thought on Indy Milwaukee. We'll finish with that, but Denver Clippers.
There's nothing to talk about the Indiana Milwaukee series other than
it's not about the series. It's about everything that happened.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just gonna
let me do my job. Thank you.
Let me shut up. Ain't nothing to talk about in that series other than fucking God bless you, Dame.
And I fucking owe y'all dinner.
Yeah.
But
God, thank you. That's all I wanted to talk about.
I do.
Jeez, it's a damn shame that Allie knows what she's doing sometimes. Okay, Denver Clippers. We haven't obviously talked.
7. That's all I got to say.
Okay, yeah, 7. But
I got nothing to say, but 7.
Can we talk about though the Aaron Gordon, the buzzer beater, the how close it was,
7.
Where are we going to dinner, Perk?
It's on y'all. I mean, you know.
Oh, we got it. Don't worry.
Wait though. Hang on. Wasn't there a bet within the bet? Didn't you bet Channing on game 3?
But did I?
You did.
No, he didn't take it. He didn't take it.
He didn't want to take it. Channing didn't want to take it. I promise you.
I thought we all called him a pussy and he took it.
No, he didn't take it.
He did. I was like, you're such a pushover.
Yeah. So the only thing I will say about it, the Aaron Gordon game-winning dunk or whatever is a prime example why you've played through the clock on both sides, right? Like hold on, listen to me.
I didn't say nothing.
Because listen, here's the thing. We would never be discussing the Tim Hardaway play if it was a foul or not, if the Knicks would have locked in on fucking grabbing the rebound. And then all of a sudden, the rebound once K missed the shot, right? Securing the basketball. What did we see last night? People didn't know whether or not to give Draymond Green credit, which he deserved for the last play on Alfred Şengün, or how there was a fucking grown man rebound by Jimmy Butler. Like, nah, you motherfuckers don't get no more opportunities. Which, by the way, the Rockets have been kicking their ass. So not like you're going, Jimmy Butler went skied and went got that motherfucker like, Steven. None of that shit, Big Adams. Like, give me that. I'm just saying, play through the clock, play through the game clock. Those possessions matter. And you see James Harden standing there, not locate, not get it. Like, hell of a play by Aaron Gordon. Just fucking heads up, never finished. We saw it happen with Derek White 2 years ago, I believe it was, in Miami. Yeah, offensive rebounding, it matter. Play through the last play, play through the clock.
So you guys have it going 7, but who's coming out?
7. I have no idea.
I got the Clippers.
I say that I think the Clippers are a better team, right? And I think the Clippers are a better team. I think Denver has the best player in the world. Good luck. And I'm saying that to the bettors out there. I'm not a part of that. I think it could go either way. It's such a toss-up that I don't think it's why. Like, this is one of those things. Why pick them when it's so close that you generally can just enjoy the series? And I don't even mean that in like that kind of like cheesy, corny way. Like, I'm just going to enjoy the series. I'm just going to enjoy the series and keep it pushing.
And usually, Allie, when you pick a team in 7 games, that means you really don't know. You don't really know.
That's the secret, people. When you ever hear an analyst or a reporter say, "I think this game is going to go 7," that is our media way of saying we don't know.
Straight up. So I got the Clippers at 7.
All right. So where are we going to dinner?
Yeah, look, that's y'all decide. Just tell me what it means. And it's all. No, you don't fucking decide nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know your ass.
You just turned the camera off. Does Giannis stay in Milwaukee?
Does Giannis stay in Milwaukee? I didn't really want to address this to after, but you know what? I'm gonna address it now. I believe if Giannis want to leave, no one should be mad. No one should be mad. No one should be mad.
Promise kept.
He's done everything in the world with that for that organization, delivered a championship, filled up seats, made the city money. Like, he's done everything. If he wants to leave, that's on him. Now, where should he go? That's another story. Because like what I'm gonna pitch out there real quick is Giannis getting it out the mud where he was brought up. I don't think he really gives a fuck about the like bright lights and big cities. Giannis is about winning, right? And if you're looking out there and you're searching and you saying, because Giannis is not friendly either. He ain't with all that extra friendly shit and all that shit either. So we know that. But I'm looking at two spots if I'm Giannis. I'm looking at Detroit with Cade Cunningham, and I'm looking at the Memphis Grizzlies with Ja Morant. Listen, I'm just telling you. That's what I'm looking at. All I know is
I want to know this. And I say this like I think Ja's awesome. Do you think Ja has done enough? Like when you look at Dame and his professionalism, his resume, when you look at the type of individual that Giannis is, do you think that Ja has enough credentials and resume for Giannis to say, you are the individual that I want to team up with for really what's going to get into the latter third of Giannis's prime, right? Not of his career, because I think Giannis has a long ways. Giannis play 8-10 more years if he wanted to. What I'm saying is the latter third of Giannis's prime, he's like, you can be my Robin. You can be what D Wade was. You can be what Kobe was. You can be what a lot, you know what I'm saying? Can he be that? Or is there a better situation and a better place and probably a better player that if you look at how many times has Ja Morant played over 70 games in his career? How many postseasons has Ja been hurt in? And that's not Ja's fault. Like he got his legs taken out. But it's the same reality like with Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's had injury problems. He's had some stuff late in the game. So if you're Giannis and you're like, who can I go on this journey with to win one or multiple more championships with? I need somebody that has a history of playing 70 plus games.
Cade is going to be the next American MVP that's going to bring the MVP trophy back to America. That's what I say. He's going to be the next American athlete or professional basketball player that's going to bring it back to America because it's been in other places. Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. Now SGA is in Canada. Who's going to bring it home?
I'm with you. Well, Embiid technically is an American citizen, played for the USA team, so we will take him as our own.
No, we don't want
no, don't you listen. He's from Cameroon. That's what it is. He is from Cameroon, but he was a documented immigrant, and he took his citizenship. He is an American citizen. He is one of us. He played for the USA Olympic team and helped America win a gold medal. As far as I'm concerned, that trophy no different than Tim Duncan being from the Virgin Islands. He's one of ours, and that's how I'm leaving.
Channing wanted to tell you something, Kirk.
What up, Shannon?
Okay.
What up?
Oh.
What he wanted to say?
Oh, he's in the elevator. He had something to tell you.
I don't want to talk to him. He didn't tell me nothing about fucking Big X the plug.
Did you know that they were going to be there?
No, I didn't. And I was actually off. If that happened on Saturday night and I was off for Saturday night, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be fucking pissed. Big X the plug.
You ain't going to have no Saturday nights for the next 2 months.
What, man? We trying to get off. What, bro?
Hey, dang. Hold on now. What
Like Stephen A hairline.
Stop it. Wait.
Channing, we're about to wrap this up.
Yeah, what do
However,
you want?
Perk has something to say to you, and you have something to say to Perk.
Bro, how the fuck you didn't call me and tell me Big X the plug was there, bro? Like,
I didn't know. It just showed up. It
no,
was tight.
how the fuck you don't know? He wasn't like, no, you knew. Like, you could have gave me a fucking, like, 30-minute heads up. Like, hey, Big Perk, Big X the plug there. I would
I think he only played like 4 songs.
I don't give a fuck.
It was great.
The fact
People were
that-
losing their shit.
I love you guys
Everybody
for the
was losing
construction.
No, 1 second.
What happened? Oh, also, Perk, didn't you lose that bet?
I already said it.
Damn
I
it.
already said it. Now
Did you
what?
already ask? Do y'all think if Dame is actually going to come back from this?
We didn't want to die. Like,
Oh, I hope he does, but just to retire in Portland. Just come back, get on the court, shoot 1 shot, retire a Blazer. He got a great career.
dog, just pick the dinner. Wherever y'all want to go, just fucking let me know. Get off the fucking call. I do not want to see you. First of all, I owe you dinner. Second of all, you got to go see fucking Big X the plug, and you fucking sitting there rapping the lyrics like you know it. Like you what a
What are you talking about? That's all we listen to. Hey, but I will say this. I'm going to gatekeep Stagecoach. It was the chillest, best experience. Everything was clean. Everybody was nice. The food was good. The drinks were good.
You let him on, Allie. He came on here to rub this shit in our face, and you cool.
No. I'm just saying.
Well, we're about to post this and tag Stagecoach, and we're all about to road trip out there.
I will go next year. It is a good time, and you literally don't show up till like 4, and it's just like you have to run to try and get to Diplo or Jelly Roll or whoever else randomly shows up, and it's almost impossible because of how many people. So we just stayed in the main stage, and it was great. I mean, dude, what's his Luke Bryan? What's his name?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. Hey, he good.
Surplus, I'm going to jump on your back, and we're going to go from stage to stage, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about Stagecoach, and he'll be our hype man. Rich will be stuck back at the tent.
Yeah, fuck Rich. Okay, bye.
I love Rich. I feel like it all just came full circle. That's another edition.